I think there's going to be a lot more investments in the private markets. You're hearing now about people are getting tokens for private markets. So I think this whole idea of investing in private companies, I think is going to happen on a bigger scale. The question is how transparent is your investment? What's your liquidity like? When do you really get your money? Because even in a private equity or venture capital, they normally have a finite life. It's usually 10 years and then they can add on to. But if you make an investment, let's say in a distribution company, there's really no end in sight unless there's a triggering provision that allows you to get out of your position. And if you have to get out of your position, you're probably going to take a discount. Now, there'll always be markets for getting out of these illiquid investments. People will make a market for it, but I think that you should be prepared then to take a discount. I think this is going to make the economy really grow in the future because to the extent your legacy owners now have liquidity sources that they didn't have before, I think two things will happen. One is they'll be able to get the liquidity, but I also think it's going to create more competition. And I think you have the possibility of valuations and multiples going higher. So it'll be a very interesting way to, be interesting to observe exactly what happens. But usually when you start pumping in more liquidity into the markets, pricing is going up. And then the question is where should you be on your allocations? And because of financial information lagging, say month end, you don't get your financials until the 15th or the 20th of the month. When you have a lot of privately held companies, they may or may not be able to report in that short of a time period. So it's harder for you to analyze what's really going on a current basis. So that'll be one of the challenges about financial reporting and seeing if you can see the trends that are going on with respect to that company and the industry.